Hey fellas, I was out walking the train tracks the other day. Come across these some finds here. These are some Thomas Edison made in the USA porcelain for the old batteries, and I guess they just throw the damn things over the hill into the. Looked like they were trying to throw them in the creek right there. It really ticks me off. I mean, they threw barrels of tar or buckets of tar or oil or whatever, grease, whatever they was. They were trying to chuck that stuff in the creek too, and their gloves, their greasy ass gloves. Man, it really set me on fire, man. I was wanting to sue the hell out of them. Is what I was wanting to do. Make them to clean all that crap up. And but I found three of them. All three were broke. There was actually I think there was about six. I think that I found, but these here were the best ones. This one here is actually the best one that I found, and all of them were broke. And but I went ahead and brought them anyway. Also, and I found these battery oil bottles. I'm assuming here. I'll show you. This is the first one I grabbed there. And here's a bigger bottle. There's a 4 ounce. This might not have been the oil. This might have been the acid. And yeah. And here's the battery oil. And battery oil. National Carbon Company, a division of Union Carbide and Carbon Corp. 30 East Street, 42nd Street, New York, 17 New York, made in USA. I didn't look at the bottom of it. Looks like 3X's. I mean, I might be wrong on that. Let me look at. Yeah, it's 3X's, fellas. Just get smaller there, and then like a 9 on that one. Got another one here. Okay. 3X's and again, there's got a 2 on it. I wonder if it's. You gotta get both my hand here. They look the same. And then I found this other one. And this one's pretty cool. Other than I don't really like this dude. I'm a Nikola Tesla guy. This guy was all about money. He didn't want to share the wealth. We got a Thomas Alvin Edison here. Edison battery oil, made in the USA. Thomas Alva Edison Incorporated, Bloomfield, New Jersey, USA. So I think this is the second edition of the bottle, because I think it's burned down or something, and he had to relocate to Bloomfield, if I remember reading something correctly, which might be a possibility. And hang on, fella, like we gotta go outside, and I'll show you the batteries part of it. I brought some of the battery stuff home too, the lead and the rest of these. Some of these that I could find where they went through, and they went through these plates, and they went through the plates, and they set in square glass fish aquarium looking things, and then they dangled on a wire from this, and they were like, if I remember right, there were plates going this way. I couldn't find none of the glass things. the glass fishbowl looking things, square fish bowls, fish aquarium looking things. It did look like they said Pyrex on the side of them, but I may be wrong because they were all shattered in a million pieces. But hang on here, we're gonna walk out and I'll show you some stuff. Yeah, just got done downpouring, and see, it looked like all right, I think that's the piece that went through the porcelain, and then on the other side of the porcelain, this wire would come out the top, and they would dangle like that, and then that's a lead, and then I think it's a zinc, which I grabbed some of them too, so you can. They're a lot thicker here. I think that might be zinc. It might be carbon for all I know. It's pretty big. These here are like lead or something. I might be getting cancer just touching them. I don't know, fellas. I just picked them up. There was quite a few of them. I was picking up the litter that the railroad was trying to throw in my damn river, my creek. Man, like I said, they tried to throw that stuff down in there. Some of it was down in the creek. I mean, you can see this in here. I pulled that out of the creek or right on the bank. That in there, that was really close to the creek. And, yeah, they threw big oil my bad, didn't mean to. Almost slipped there all the way. They threw big fugly buckets of tar, grease looking stuff there. I didn't open it up, but they were chugging that stuff over the edge too, trying to get in the water, because the tracks and the creek come at a point right there, and they come right together and right beside each other, and they were trying to throw all this stuff down in there. And you wouldn't believe all the trash that they throw down the side of the train tracks. It's everywhere. And what I was reading on this stuff was it was a battery operated switching for like a crossroads, but we don't have a crossroads here in this particular area, so this must have been older. And I think the last one that I actually read on that was Oregon used that in 1960 was the last time they used that battery style. It was 1960, and it was in Oregon was the last ones to use that. But it looked like they've changed the road like 3 or 4 different times, because this is like, I'm half a mile to a mile, probably 3/4 to a mile out down the tracks. It's just farms on both sides. I mean, it's just big hay fields. There's like there's not actually road crossings, but there are where people drive their tractors across. It's got a little bit of gravel. But this is kind of in between those kind of even spots. But our see, I can hold still. See, this is the closest. This is the one by my house, the train crossing, which is a primitive, which, if I remember right, they have to go 35 mile an hour right here to go through a primitive crossing. It might be 45 and 35 in town, but I think it's 35 and 25. 35 here and 25 in town. And that's the creek. See where that's the bridge just beyond that. It's a little bit of ways away. It's about the same distance I am from here to there to here. To that bridge to the tracks is probably the same distance we're looking at here, which I don't know, from the road from the front of my little garage to the road there to the tracks is about how far the bridge is from the thing. And then as you move west over there, they come together, and as you move east, they come together. Actually, that's all on the other side of the tracks. On that whole side, the creek makes a huge peninsula. It's about it's probably close to 250 acres that are, it's on a peninsula on the other side of the creek there, which is pretty cool. But all right, fellas, I just want to show you my railroad finds there. I walked the railroad there the other day and walked the railroad down, the creek back. It was hot, and then I went back later on and picked that stuff up because I piled it up. Anyway, we'll holler at you guys later. Enjoy it and stay dry.